An open field once planted with rows of corn is now badly eroded down to the bare subsoil. Nothing but weeds can grow on this. From years of corn being grown on this land, chemicals such as atrazine have seeped into the water table. Wildlife has found better places to live and left this place barren. Wouldn't you like to do something to save this field and get a tax benefit also? The Conservation Reserve Enhancement Program, or the CREP, is an offspring of the CRP, or Conservation Reserve Program. CREP was established in 2001. It was designed to help protect the state of Wisconsin's water quality and wildlife habitat. This program uses state and federal resources to make sure that environmentally sensitive land is safeguarded through the Conservation Reserve Program. Farmers and landowners that are enrolled in this Conservation Reserve Program remove land from production agriculture and plant native and other species to improve the quality of the soil, water, and wildlife habitat. The Food Security Act of 1985 endorses the program. As the offspring of this program, CREP provides rental payments and other financial incentives to the producers that enroll for 10 to 15 years into the program voluntarily. In Wisconsin, Conservation Reserve Enhancement Program protects environmentally sensitive land next to streams and rivers. This program is said to reduce water pollution. Many species, such as grassland birds, and more specifically the once locally extinct greater prairie chicken, are expected to increase in population. There are several conservation practices that are recommended by the Natural Resources Conservation Services, or the NRCS. They include, but are not limited to, riparian buffers. Riparian buffers are strips of grass, shrubs, and trees that act as a sediment and pollution filter. Another practice that is regularly used is grass waterways. These waterways are strips of grass seeded in an area of field where water concentrates and runs off. My dad uses grass waterways on our farm, and you can tell the difference that it's had since we put them in. Filter strips are another common practice among producers. They capture sediment and organic matter. They also slow the speed of runoff of water from a field. Wetland restoration is a practice that is encouraged to the producers. It is defined as the reestablishment of the same type of wetland that historically existed in a given location. It can also include the modification of an area to make it a better place for a species to live. Another recommended practice is that of rare or declining habitat. This is when the producer works to restore the native prairies and savannas by restoring its own native vegetation. The applicants must be able to offer eligible acreage and satisfy the basic eligibility for a Conservation Reserve Program contract. The land that the producer puts into the program is required to have been cropped 2 of the last 5 years and is physically able to be cropped. The land that is put into CREP is also required to legally be able to be cropped. Another source of land is marginal pasture land if it is suitable for use as a riparian buffer to plant trees. Wisconsin's CREP has a few goals in mind. One of the goals is to reduce sediment loading in the target area by more than 330,000 tons per year. They also want to reduce the phosphorus load into streams and rivers by more than 600,000 pounds. Other goals of the Conservation Reserve Enhancement Program are establishing more than 3,500 miles of riparian buffers and 15,000 acres of grassland habitat. The final goal is to reduce the nitrogen load by more than 300,000 pounds. Now, let's revisit the field I told you about in the beginning. Picture the same field, only 15 years later. The once badly eroded field is now planted with big blue stem, false boneset, prairie flame, and other native species. Many species have returned, such as the sedge wren and short-eared owl. The bacteria are slowly breaking down the chemicals in the soil and in the organic matter. The damage from misuse that has been inflicted on this land is slowly being healed. The owners are no longer suffering financial loss. Do you have a site that could receive the same benefits as this field did through Conservation Reserve Enhancement Program?